Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Lex and today I am attempting people. A person. She's actually a goddess. She is a Celtic goddess of bears. And not only is she the goddess of bears, she can also turn into a bear, which is pretty badass. Yes, and don't mind those lips, I promise they get better. I struggle with lips. Noses, I'm coming around to them. I'm definitely getting used to drawing noses, but lips are a little different. I don't know why, they really shouldn't be hard, but everybody has to struggle with something. I guess I got hands, feet, and lips struggle going on for me. And for her, she was actually for a competition. I don't regularly draw gods and goddesses, but she was for a competition, and I decided to go with a different style than my hell drawing that I did. Actually, that was my very first video. I drew hell, but this is Artio. And she is awesome. Probably one of my favorite goddesses from the game SMITE that she comes from. At least this character model of her, I should say. And I went for a kind of cartoony style because boy did I try anime, because you know everybody loves anime and chibi right now, it's really popular. But I suck at it, and I'm not even afraid to admit it. And so, she is more cartoony. And honestly, I think if I were to draw people, this would probably be my natural style. Because, you know when you draw something new, if you're an artist, when you draw something new that you've never had any experience with before, and you come up with a really weird look, not necessarily weird, but like a different look than what you were expecting, probably means that was your style, that you just naturally flowed to. And you should keep with it, because the more you practice with it, the better you'll get, and then that's your own unique style that you can call your own, which is really cool. And a lot of artists struggle with that, especially younger artists. I definitely know I struggled with finding my own style for a long time. And even now when I draw, sometimes I don't draw in my own style. In my animal drawings, most of them aren't. My rocket video, Rocket Raccoon, that was my own personal style. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love drawing my personal style, but I like to challenge myself in other styles as well. It's a big part of being an artist. Always growing. And when I was making her, boy, oh. So you see in the right there, where it's highlighted in blue and it keeps moving around, those are called layers. And if you have done digital art, you probably are familiar with them, and if you are thinking of doing digital art, you'll definitely become familiar with them. Basically, they are ways to control the components of your work, or your piece. And so, the layer at the very top, layer 2 it looks like, nothing can overlap layer 2. Layer 2 is top dog. And then layer 3, which is all the way at the bottom, everything overlaps that layer. And so when you draw with it, it automatically goes underneath all the other layers, and sometimes you can't see it. And I don't know why, but actually no, I do know why. When I was drawing her, there's just so many components going on with her, like all of the braids, the hair had 5 layers alone, I think, which was a little excessive. And then, like, you know, you got the face, and then you got the things on top of the face, like the eyes and the lips, like, she just had a lot of layers. And then not to mention the clothes. Like I said, I probably went a little overboard with the layers, probably didn't have to do that many, but the more you draw something, the more used to layers you get. Like when I draw Pokemon now, usually I only use like 5 or 6 layers, I think 9 max, which is really rare. But Pokemon are really simple. Pokemon don't have a lot of components like this Artio goddess does. And so, but I'm also used to drawing Pokemon too. I've been drawing them for a while now. And I'm definitely not used to drawing people with clothes and little hair ornaments and earrings and all that, so. Fun little challenge. I took 3 sessions in drawing her. I drew her rough draft on paper, and then I colored her for 1 hour, went to bed, and came back the next morning and finished her. And that was really good for me because I forgot a huge part of her clothing. I'll add it later and you might catch it. It's the laces. That's all I'll say, but it's lacy. And that was a big part of her character, at least with the clothes and everything, so you gotta take a break in between sometimes. It really, really does help. Just like when you're working on a big project, you're writing a paper, you should probably take a break before you go and turn it in, because I'm sure everything needs a little bit of revising every here and there, you know? The entire time I was drawing her, I was just dying to start drawing the bears. I was so excited to draw the bears because naturally I'm an animal artist. I love drawing animals. Fluff is my thing. I really did enjoy drawing her. She was a fun challenge, but gotta go back to your roots sometimes. It's grounding to draw something that you're familiar with. And so here he is. And like I mentioned earlier, she can turn into a bear. And she's very menacing and scary when she does. And she has bright green eyes. And so although this is not her in bear form, I tried to make him a lot more simple, a lot nicer looking, but I did give him the green eyes because I thought that the striking green eyes were really cool. The best part about drawing the bears was giving them expressions, and there are 2 bears in this. The other one is just standing up. I had to readjust the second bear who's standing, and he turned out to be my favorite. I thought this guy up front was going to be my favorite because he looks kind of dopey, but the bear in the back definitely took the cake for a facial expression. He ended up looking like a little mob boss, and I love it. This guy's good too, though. He J chillin'. I almost forgot to draw her arm. And now to the best boy, the best bear. He was fun. Also, bears have surprisingly wide-set eyes. I don't draw a lot of bears. I enjoy drawing them though, but I don't draw a lot of them. But they have very wide-set eyes, which makes them interesting to draw. And I decided to make him a black bear because I really like black bears, and we have a lot of them around where I live, so they kind of have a personal impact. Look at that face. Isn't he cute? Doesn't he look like he wants to screw shit up? He's so good. And then I made him standing, because, like I said, I wanted him to be menacing, right? Like a little mob boss behind her. Yes, there's that arm. He's perfect. The scars. I had to go and fix her eyes, because don't forget to color in the whites of your eyes when you're doing the layers. I always forget to do that, and they always end up looking really freaky, so I went and fixed her. But as this wraps up, I want to thank you for watching. You made it all the way to the end. Awesome. And consider subscribing if you haven't already. There will be plenty more videos in the future because, as I've mentioned before, I love making these. So, thank you very much. See you, bye.